Thought we could talk about something different today in inflation, and we're going to look at it and measure it in different terms and measure it in accordance with how it affects you and your lifestyle, how you've done over the past 5 years, and what simple calculation that you can do in real time to ensure whether you're worse off or whether you're better off going forward into the next 12 months, and what your spending power is for you and your family, which is the most important thing as far as inflation is concerned, as far as pay rises are concerned, and as far as how much spending power that you've got in accordance with how much you had the previous year and the year before that. But first things first, I'm Keith. Welcome to the channel. If you are new to this channel and you do want more of this content, consider leaving a comment, letting me know that you want more of this content. And if you really do like this content, consider subscribing to the channel. So this is the Crypto Bullseye channel, but this is going to be an important one because inflation affects me, it affects you, it affects every single person out there. And a lot of people don't understand what inflation actually is. And that's what I'm going to aim to help you guys with during this video. So in simple terms, inflation is the increase of costs of goods and services over a period of time. And that's measured month on month and year on year. It's measured in different ways. It's usually collectively a bag or a basket of goods and services and how they increase over a matter of time. The goods and services represent the consumer. So what is normally in a basket of consumer goods? There's things like eggs, there's things like dairy products. There's all sorts of different things that are relevant to the consumer. And sometimes these things get mixed up in accordance with what people want at any given time. So that skewers the results. So inflation in the UK at the moment, it's just been announced, it's 3.8%. It's looking at topping out at 4%. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick calculation, and I want you to do this with me, and how this has affected you last year, the year before, and the year before. Because remember, investing. When you're investing, you make 1%. You imagine that you make 1% and you make 1% the next month and 1% the next month. That is compounding and compounding and compounding. And what is that doing? That's increasing your wealth and increasing your wealth. Now, if you get a pay rise and you get a pay rise of 3%, inflation comes in at 3.8%. That's minus 0.8% of your buying power. And that's not even accounting the things that we're going to talk about very shortly. So if you've got 0.8% less buying power than what you did previously last year, and it's going to be more than 0.8%, this is just basic terms. If you've got 0.8% less than what you did last year, that means that you've got less spending power. You've got more money as far as the paper's concerned, that thing that people give you that makes you think that you're getting more. You've got more of that. You can't buy as much stuff because the price of goods and services within that basket are actually increasing. Now, I want you to do this. So 3.8%. What was your pay rise last year? Let me know in the comments. Was it 3.8%? Was it 2%? Did you even get a pay rise? Was it 1.8%? Because remember what happened in 2020. In 2020, we had inflation that was going up to 10, 15% in some cases. That inflation didn't measure the increase of your salary. So your salary didn't increase by 15%, but inflation went up 15%. That means that things went up 15%, but you lost whatever the difference was between the pay increase that you got and then what the inflation numbers were during that one period. So you've lost that. You've lost the buying power. Everything's gone up. Your increases haven't gone up in line with that. So I want you to do this simple calculation. This is UK. What is year on year inflation numbers in your country? Ours is 3.8%. It's looking at topping at 4%. My pay rise last year was 3%. So already I've lost 0.8%. Lost 0.8%. Now, there's another thing to factor in because you get taxed as well. So whatever your tax is in the UK, we pay national insurance, we pay pension, and you do include your pension because if you take out pension, if you're taking out pension as part of your actual salary, that means that you haven't got the income. That means that the cost of goods and services relative to your income have gone up even more. That means you've got less buying power. So you've got your wage increase, 3% in this case. I've got my taxes and I've got the inflation to deal with. So I've got 3.8% plus, say, 30, 40% for taxes. So you add that on top, and that takes away your buying power. Can you see what this is doing to us? It's not giving us the 1% increase from investing every single year or every single month. It's not increasing our wealth. It's decreasing our wealth while it's looking like it's increasing our monetary spending power in our heads because it is designed to make in our heads us think that we're getting more money. So you're getting your 3% pay rise, great, you've got more money. Inflation's 3.8%. Everything else has gone up. Goods and services, you can't buy as much, but you've got more money. You think that you're rosy. You take out your tax increase, you take out all of your outgoings, your pension, national insurance, you take out all of these fun stuff that the government takes. And this is before the actual taxes on the goods that you're buying. What does that do? That really decreases your wealth. So in 2020, you've lost about 10, 15%. What about 2021? In 2021, inflation wasn't under control still. We had rampant inflation. We had rampant inflation. So that was taking away our spending power year on year. So you're compounding it 2020, 2021, 2022. We're still not in control yet. Inflation should be at 2%. It's always been at 2%. Now, since all of the money printing, which is the main cause, the debasement of currency, which is the main cause of inflation, since that's happened, there's always a reason for it. Times of crisis, whatever, times of bailout, whatever. There's probably going to be another one towards the back end of this year or next year. There's probably going to be another bailout, which would debase the currency and increase inflation. So that's what the Fed's trying to do. They're trying to keep inflation under control and try and get back to the 2%. Once they're at the 2%, if they ever get back there, once they're at 2%, then things will cool off. The economy will start getting better. However, all the previous years where inflation's gone up and the debasement of currencies happened, all of that's lost. So all of your spending power, all of your spending power is lost. And I want you to do this simple calculation. Each and every single one of you, go back over the last 5 years, check in 2020, what was your pay rise? In 2021, what was your pay rise? In 2022, what was your pay rise? Do it for the last 5 years and then check year on year inflation for your country to find out exactly what your spending power is. And don't forget to include the taxes, the national insurance, the pension that's taken away from your spending power. And then you let me know in the comments once you've done this calculation exactly how worse off you are, because not any single one of you guys that are middle class, lower class, like me, are going to be better off. I can guarantee you that. So let me know your thoughts. Do you want more videos like this? Was this educational? Did I explain it in a good enough way? I'm Keith. This is Crypto Bullseye. Bye from me.